Real estate prices have doubled. There is no other place in the world where you can say, I doubled my real estate. And this is, of course, not leveraged.
All right, y'all, so today we are gonna go spend a day with Hamza. If you have TikTok, you may have seen Hamza. He's from the Houston area and he does flex space, commercial flex space. He's built an amazing brand and product in that area and he's here in Dubai, which he's originally from. So we're gonna go spend the day exploring some of the places in Dubai. Matter of fact, here he is. Hamza, what's up, brother?
What's going on, bro? How you been?
I'm telling the people that we're gonna be, see, you recognize him now, huh? If not, go give him a follow. So we're gonna spend the day together. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. Let's go.
So we're gonna spend most of the day exploring the outskirts of Dubai, so outside the city area where they have a lot of the industrial warehousing stuff. So you're back in Dubai now.
So back in Dubai after 10 years of being in America.
See, as a newcomer to Dubai,
Yeah.
I see all of this and it's like, wow.
So I would say infrastructure for sure, lots of progress. People, lots of new people. But
I wonder what the population was when you were here 10 years ago.
I want to say it's probably in the 2 millions. Now I think we're at 3.8 million.
Yeah, with a plan to go to double it in 10 years.
Exactly. The plan is massive. So there's going to be lots of growth. I mean, look at all these buildings, man. There's going to be crazy amounts of people moving in. Already, by the way, the city has taken a huge initiative to bring companies, big companies.
Yeah, because people need jobs.
Yeah.
And that's one way to attract it.
Right.
That's like, so when me and my wife moved here, we were going to buy a property in Dubai South. It's like encompassing its own new largest airport in the world. And it's like building its own little world a little bit 30 minutes outside of Dubai.
Exactly. That's going to be the new Dubai.
I think they said it's going to be 450,000 people in that one area.
Yeah.
Amazing job.
Look, everything's unbelievable. You see this bridge, this canal? This wasn't there when I left. So this water, it wasn't there.
Here's a misconception that a lot of people have in the West, that Dubai is in the middle of the desert. Now, Dubai is in the desert. Dubai is an old fishing village, right?
Right. It's by the water.
It's on the ocean.
It's on the ocean, exactly. And of course, there is desert in certain areas for sure, but Dubai is on the ocean. It's an oceanfront city.
When I hear people say it's in the middle of the desert, well, it's in the desert, but it is a coastal city.
It is a coastal city. They probably think it's in the middle of like an oasis, or there's an oasis somewhere.
I think when they said that they built the beaches, like you know how they built the Palm, I think they actually built like the ocean.
Water.
Yeah, no, it's not. In the ocean, they built an island extension off of the mainland.
Right. Look, there's a lot of movement over the past 2 years. Real estate prices have doubled.
Correct.
Doubled. Like there is no other place in the world where you can say I doubled my real estate. And this is of course not leveraged. So if you have leverage on the real estate, you probably like 4x your money.
Every video you see about real estate in Dubai is all about residential.
Right.
There's nobody doing any content around the idea of warehousing and blah, 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 blah. If you're moving here from other places, you either got a nice job or you brought your business here. And so you're gonna need the space.
Correct. And you're right, marketing is lacking when it comes to other asset classes, which is surprising,
100%.
but you know, it's just not there.
I've never seen one video about any warehouse space, any commercial space.
You'll probably be the first one to make a video on.
Yeah, like
exactly. Yep.
Like I see nobody advertising like for office space. So a lot of businesses are coming here for a lot of reasons.
Dubai is a central hub for the Middle East. Every large corporation has a headquarters in Dubai. They've made it very easy for new companies to come in. They've made it very easy for new people to come in.
Yeah.
And look, all these initiatives, they don't happen anywhere else. I got my green card in the US. Took me 9 years to get it. If I wanted an equivalent of a like my resident card here,
took me
1 day.
Yeah, it took me
1 day, right?
It took me 1 day.
1 day.
Like 9 hours.
Right? Very easy process, very safe, very secure. I know people talk about it all the time, but really you'll never be in a situation where you'll feel uncomfortable.
Even like last night when we left dinner, I was like, all right, man, be safe. And I was like, wait, I don't have to say that.
Say that, yeah.
I don't, it's just a small thing.
Look at this. Look at the amount of cars now.
Yeah.
Look at the amount of people. These are all people who are working. These are all people who have businesses. And look at the businesses. You have granite, you have tile, you have paints, you have a laundry, right? Because there's people. Yeah. You have people living here. Look, you have people walking. You have buildings. You have apartment buildings in the middle of an industrial city just because there's so many people. It's a city within a city.
Yeah.
Middle of a warehouse. This is what it's at.
This is the difference between a flex space and just a boring warehouse. Most warehouses are just what we know as warehouses. And a flex space allows you to have that office interior inside the same exact, area. So you see the idea of why most people have flex space. And you've probably seen them when you've been driving around in America or wherever you live, but now you understand the difference.
We built it to the way we like it. We have offices. We actually have people who work here. We have a deal that we're closing in another part of town. This is me a long time ago.
Yeah.
These are all rulers, by the way, of our country. And that is art that I got made in 2007.
So when was this building built, you remember?
So this building was built about 3 years before I left.
So 13 plus years.
Yeah, let me show you the office.
And this is still a warehouse.
This is still a warehouse. So this is the office. Come, let me show you my pictures. This is from my wedding day when I got married. Because you know, when we get married, we have to wear all the traditional attire. This was me getting recognized in the US when I had first moved there. So lots of hustle, lots of hard work.
Absolutely.
People look at the short time I spend on social media and think that was my success. That's not where it started. This is 15 or 20 years in the making. And that's what they think. Hamza came to America and he became successful. It wasn't like that. We had to struggle, we had to fight, you know, we had to build. So we're gonna change vehicles really quickly because I want to show you some flex spaces. I want to show you some other developments.
The Lamborghini was getting boring, so we're gonna switch to the Rolls Royce. It just feels better.
Once again, with few minor tweaks, all of this could become flex space. This is a brand new development. Now here, what we used to do is we would put the offices upstairs because these guys needed place to work. They needed maximum place to operate. And just the way this is designed, it was more beneficial for us to put offices upstairs.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff like that too, where office upstairs, even sometimes they even enclose it and put it down.
Exactly. And so that's kind of what this, you know, is meant to be. This is all very high load bearing. So they can actually do pretty heavy duty stuff upstairs. So this is another one. So see, upstairs you got an office, mezzanine, very, very cost effective so that people can like really just come in, get to work. No difficulties in permitting, very simple. Come here, put a couple of desks, you know, get your internet, get your power.
Run your admin team out.
Yeah, exactly. And
from a developer standpoint, this is a fairly simple product to build because most of the time you'll modify it after you get the tenant.
Flex, hence the term flex.
Flex.
Flexible. What do you want? You want one office, you want two, you want a bathroom. You can place whatever you want, wherever you want.
So most of the time you guys build a shell and core, maybe some divider walls, and then you...
The new product, we actually build one office, ready.
Okay.
For everybody.
Okay.
And they love that. Now, if they want to build more, they can go ahead and do that on their own. But we provide them with one office. So it was the middle of the desert, okay? None of this was here. Maybe there was one or two buildings.
Yeah.
No neighbors. Someone built a glass building. This one.
Even this already looks modern.
And they couldn't rent it because it was in the middle of nowhere. Nobody could come. Nobody could get anything done. And I was growing. I had a 2-car shop. Then I had an 8-car shop. Then I needed more space, and I couldn't afford like city rent.
Yeah.
So I had to move out. Moved out here. Back then, this was the middle of nowhere. But I got space, and more importantly, I had parking outside. You see those flagpoles?
Yeah.
Those are my flagpoles. I put them in there. They had a sign on them that said speed technology. So when anybody would drive by, I'd tell them just look for the flags. Obviously, somebody else leased it after I did because it didn't look like this. It was just white when I had it. Here we had one of the first dynos in the United Arab Emirates, right here. And we had a dyno machine right in here, inside, and the cars would be facing outside. It was a beautiful, beautiful, you know, business. This is the business I sold to move to the US.
Okay.
So I sold this business to my business partner. That's the money I took, and then I moved it to the US. And then I also worked for that, you know, larger developer, of course.
You bet on yourself.
I did. I think that's what allowed me to really say, okay, I know what flex space is. I know what it can do. I've seen the potential. I was a customer and I was a builder.
Yeah.
I think that's what made it really like a no-brainer for me.
All right, guys, so you see that we spent the half a day with Hamza.
Yeah.
We've seen the industrial side of Dubai where people have their commercial warehouses. You learned about flex space. He's also doing a lot of flex space stuff in Houston. You have your event coming up in November.
Flex Space Connect.
Flex Space Connect, so flexspaceconnect.com. And so if you want to learn, invest, the whole nine, you're teaching everything.
Everything. All my secrets.
All the secrets that you had for all these years.
In 2 days.
In 2 days, that's pretty cool.
It's going to be intense.
It has to be 2 days? Yeah, it has to be. But it's a good connection.
It is, for sure.
It's a good
It's
connection.
all about the network.
You're very active on TikTok. Tell them your TikTok.
Yeah, Hamza Invests. Hamza, my name, and Invests.
And we'll put it right here. So make sure you give him a follow. If you're in the Houston, Texas area, check out his event because it's going to be, I already know, he told me what's going to happen. It's going to be crazy. But you come to Dubai and you're looking for a commercial space, probably going to be building some very soon as you see in the video.
We're bringing everything here to Dubai.
We love it. So we appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Max. I'm out. Peace.